Hello viewers, in this video we are going to talk about the transitive and intransitive verbs, which are very important. They are in the category of verb, so let's get started. The first one is transitive verb. A verb which needs or requires an object is called transitive verb. So any verb which needs an object to complete the sentence is called transitive verb. So there are two categories of verbs, transitive and intransitive. So transitive verbs need object for its completion of sense. Let's see some examples. I write a letter. So in this sentence you see that a letter is object for the write. So write needs an object. You know, this word write needs an object. So that's why now the verb write has its own object. So that's why we call it transitive verb. Similarly, he rang the bell. So in this sentence the bell is the object, so that's why rang is transitive verb. I saw a snake. So here you see that snake is object for the verb saw, so that is why saw is transitive verb. She ate mangoes. In this sentence you see that she is the subject, ate is the verb, which is the second form of eat, and mangoes in this sentence is the object. So that is why we call the ate transitive verb, because it has its own object. The another one is we speak English. So in this sentence you see that the word speak, it has its own object, English. So that is why we call it transitive verb. So that these are the examples of transitive verbs. I hope you got it. Now come to the intransitive verb. So a verb which does not need or require an object is called intransitive verb. You can also say that intransitive verb is the opposite of transitive verb. Such verbs which do not need or require an object is called intransitive verb. So now we will come towards some of the examples. So let's see the examples and try to understand. She laughed. In this sentence you see that there is no object, and we don't need an object because it gives full sense. Similarly, he slept. The dog barks. They run. The baby smiles. So these are all the examples in which there is no object, because here we don't need the object to put. So such verbs which do not require any object are said to be intransitive verbs. And another thing, I tell you that intransitive verbs cannot be changed into passive voice. If somebody has a sentence of intransitive verbs, so that sentence cannot be changed into passive voice. You see that these sentences which I have written, we cannot change these sentences into passive voice because they are all having intransitive verbs. In the first sentence, you see that she laughed. So in this sentence, she is the subject and laughed is the verb, which is intransitive. He slept. In this sentence, he is the subject and slept is the intransitive verb. The dog barks. In this sentence, the dog is the subject and barks is the intransitive verb. They run. So in this sentence, they is the subject and run is the intransitive verb. And the baby smiles. So in this sentence, the baby is the subject and smile is the intransitive verb. So this was all about intransitive verbs. I hope you got it. Now let's play the guessing game. I will write some sentences and you will guess that it is transitive or intransitive. So let's get started. The first one is I am going to Islamabad. So in this sentence you guess that it is transitive or intransitive. You have some seconds. Second sentence is we memorized the lesson. So think about it. Is it transitive or intransitive? You have some seconds. He built his house. So think about it. What do you think about this one? She runs fast. So what's your idea about this one? You can think. I bought a book. Can you guess it? Is it transitive or intransitive? You have a few seconds to say. And what about this one? I won the match. Is the one transitive or intransitive? What makes you think so? The boy is jumping. What does your mind say about this one? Is it transitive or intransitive? You can answer it. It's easy. So this was all about the transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. I hope you got it and you liked the video, and also you appreciated the kissing game. So for more such videos, you should subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, because if there will be people who are poor and who don't have access to the academy. So you should share those videos with others and like and comments for our appreciation, and just keep watching, because you will get a lot of knowledge and a lot of information through this. Thank you so much for watching this video.